everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a Friday craft day. Well, I'm going to skip right past Thanksgiving and go to Halloween. No, I'm going to skip right past fall and go to Halloween. It comes before Thanksgiving. I don't know. Anyway, we're working on a Halloween wreath today. I'm going to be making my own Halloween wreath form because, like all the other forms, you can't find them anywhere. And I did pick up some mesh at Michael's. And I want to tell you, I want to caution you, should you go and pick up mesh at Michael's. If you don't know, their rolls are not standard. For instance, the 10-inch, which would be like this, okay? This is a Craftoutlet roll, 10 inches, 10 yards. In Michael's, it's 10 inches, 19 feet. Okay? So 19 feet is considerably shorter than 10 yards. And the same with the 21-inch roll, and I don't have the paper here right now, but it is not 10 yards. So we need to be careful when you're considering how much mesh you need to buy. And very honestly, it's not cheaper. So I don't buy it there very often. But when necessity strikes and I'm looking for something and can't find it, I'll try Michael's anyway. And they did have a pretty little Halloween color. I got plain black. We're going to do a poof with ruffles, a sign, and bows. I don't know about individual ribbons because my sign is quite big. And here's the sign we're going to use. And I made that yesterday using my new Cricut Maker 3. And it came out really, really cute. So we'll be using that sign, but it's a 10-inch sign, so it will take up a good portion of the wreath, and I think by the time we put a nice bow, or maybe a couple of smaller bows, and I do have some other little gidas like witches' boots and little things that stick out and shake around so that I can add to it also. So let me take you down to the desk. I'm going to start by making the wreath form, putting the ties on. I haven't done that in a while, and some of you may not have seen it. And if you have, just skip forward till the time when I get around to the edge, and we'll get started with the poofs. So I'll be back in just a second. I'll get you down on the desk. Okay, here we are down at the desk. And I have some orange chenille stems, and I'm going to start with the outer two wires. The outer two. This is a 14-inch frame from Dollar Tree. I happen to still have some in my stash, a couple anyway. And I'm going around the outer two but facing it out. And I'm just going to turn the frame. It, to me, gets it tighter. But I should have gone around this, so I'll just do that. Now I'm going to go out, and where that stops, I'm going to put the next one. And they will slide a bit, but you can move them as you need to. Now there's a shorter piece and a longer piece. I go with the shorter piece, and for the next one. When I twist the frame, it seems to get it a little tighter than if I try to just twist the chenille stems. So that's why I'm twisting the frame. And we go around and around. They're about 4 inches apart if you wanted to measure them. That's pretty standard. And we should get 10 on the bottom. like I said, they'll move around some, but you can fix them. They start with the two pieces even, but of course one will be shorter because it's going around the second bar up here once it's twisted. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one in the middle will be 10. Aha! Looks pretty good. All right, and these are all facing out. Now for the inside, I'll start right about here, and I'm using the upper two wires, and I'm going to face those in. Okay? Now, I have a hard time twisting the frame when I'm on the inside, so I'm not going to. And I should get 8. And this one, I'm going to put around the upright. Whoop. One, two, three, 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And I'm pointing these all towards the middle for now. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So now I'm going to open the bottom ones because it'll make it easier to get the mesh in. And we'll start with the black. Gathering it up. And I'm going to take a zip tie. I'm going to push this down through the frame. Bring it around the back. And then zip tie it to the frame. right. Getting our raw edges to the bottom. And I think I'll skip the first one. Go to the second. I picked the orange ties because it is going to help actually give this some extra color. Sorry, I have to put the fan on. It's very humid down here. Hopefully it's not too loud. And I'm going about 8 to 10 inches. Don't forget, I don't have quite as much to work with as a regular roll. But this should be enough to go around because normally with poofs, well, I know there's an inside. I can see it. I just can't get it. There we go. What was I saying? With poofs, it doesn't usually take a whole roll, so this probably will take a whole roll because it's not as much. And as these twisties move a little bit, I'm just pushing them back so they'll be evenly spaced as I can make them. And this last one, for the bottom, I actually went into Michael's yesterday. I think it's only the second time I've done that in a year or so. I'm going up to the top now, and I'm going to zip tie it right to the top frame. Whoops, not with that one. It's only half a zip tie. I've done curbside pickup for Michael's when I needed to use it. And I still wore my mask. And I wasn't the only one. Even though I'm fully vaccinated, I just feel that I'm a little safer. Okay. Upwards. Now I'm going to open these in a minute when I get this first one in. Okay. I'm enjoying using my Cricut Maker. I haven't tried anything spectacular. Well, I did make all those koozie cups. If you didn't see it, there's a video on that a few videos back. Fills in pretty good when you get a second row. And I've got some little ruffles to go on it. Well, are you all making wreaths for fall yet? I'll be making some of those shortly. One of these days, these companies are going to get their supplies in. I don't know. I'm sure there's a problem with everybody with this post-pandemic and people without work, workers, and shipping issues and all that stuff, but it doesn't seem as if it's any different than any other year, even when there wasn't a pandemic. And it's everybody. I guess perhaps companies don't want to keep extra stock. But they could be selling a whole lot more if they had it in stock. I think I'm all the way around. I am. So, and I still have some left on the roll. Let me just make sure I haven't missed any. No, they look to be all covered. Under the frame, tie it off, and then I can trim it. I always want to make sure I have enough to work with in tying it off, so I always leave it a little bit long. There you go, look at that. And I probably have, I don't know, a couple yards left maybe? Now I have this pretty stuff. Isn't this pretty? And we're going to make some ruffles. Only 12 inches because I needed 18 of them. So, couldn't get them any longer. It was only 19 feet. So it's easy to ruffle because it doesn't, not a lot there to ruffle. It's pretty against it, isn't it? I love the colors of these meshes with the purple and orange and the lime green. But that fills it in nicely, doesn't it? And I'm kind of doing top and bottom at the same time. Okay, I have a confession to make. I snuck the rest of the ruffles on while you weren't looking. So there you go. Isn't that pretty? That is really pretty. Oh, I love the colors. Now let's see about the sign. Do I want the sign right in the middle? Or do I want it off to the side? If I have it off to the side, I can put a nice bow right here. I think I'll try it that way, see how that works out. Well, and get past the ruffle. Goes one. And two. Unfortunately, I got them both on the same side of the wire, so I need to get one on the other side. There we go. And I'm not making it too tight. I don't want to squish those pretty ruffles I just put on. I won't cut this until I've determined later that I want to leave it there. Well, one. And coming, mother, two. And again, I need to get one on the other side of a wire. Which, there we go. Okay, let's try a bow. I'm going to move this off the counter here for a minute because I haven't got enough room. And I have this pretty ribbon that's almost the same colors that's in the ruffles. I'm going to go 6. No, 5.5. A little bit smaller. It's not a big area. This is nice ribbon. The Craft Outlet for my ribbon. Same size. Twisting it. Same size. Oh, I knew I'd do it wrong. Son of a gun. Son of a gun, son of a gun. Okay. And now I have this purple dots. Do some of that. And this is a much thinner ribbon. I'm going to go a little smaller. And I'm only going to do one of each. That was a very good one. All of a sudden I forgot how to cut a chevron. And one more, I have this cute little one that has boo on it. And this is a heavier ribbon too. Alright, let's get a zip tie. Get under the whole thing. Get it started. Pull it off. I turn it over, I'm going to put a piece of wire in. And get this around to the back. And tighten it up. tails down. All right. Good. Well, that looks pretty spooktacular to me. I'm going to take it up, and you know, I had some other stuff I could put on it, but I don't really think it needs another thing between that bow and that sign. And I'm going to just leave these as is. They almost look like little pieces of spider. And, well, because I never saw an orange spider. But it is Halloween. We can be whatever we want. I'm dressing it up as a spider. Okay, I'll see you in a bit upstairs. There you are. That is really cute. I love it. Those colors are gorgeous. Sorry, I'm holding onto the tripod instead of the camera. I'll see if I can zoom in a little. And you can see the bow. See the colors? Aren't they something? And I love the sign. It came out so cute. All right, that's my first one for Halloween. Onwards and upwards. I love it, I love it, I love it. I'll be back in just a minute. I got an announcement to make. Don't go away. Okay, here I am. And you can't really see it. It's up here, over here. But I haven't got the camera up quite high enough to see it. But I love it. I think it came out fantastic. And I'm excited because it's different. You know, when you do your first fall or holiday or Thanksgiving or Christmas and that, it just gives you kind of a whole new feeling, even though it was 100 degrees downstairs. It didn't feel like Halloween. But anyway, I've known it to be 95 on Halloween. So anyway and anyhow, please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below. And you'll see me every time I come out to play, which usually, now here I go, is 3 times a week. However, I will not be out to play this Sunday. This Sunday is Bob and I's 57th wedding anniversary. So I'm playing hooky. And we're probably just going to go out and have a nice late lunch. I don't do too well going out for dinner because I go to bed early, and I'd hate to go out into restaurants and be... I'm not an out to restaurants person. If you remember on my birthday we were going to go out, we never went out. We stayed home and cooked steaks, and I enjoyed it much more. I'm sorry for all of you who work in restaurants or own restaurants. It's just never been one of my go-tos. I do go occasionally, and I do enjoy myself when I go. But anyway, and anyhow, to make a long story longer, I will not be doing a video Sunday because it is our anniversary, and I think 57 years, I'm tired just thinking about it. And we will have a grand day and begin on 58. So I will see you again on Tuesday, and I'm not sure what our project will be on Tuesday, but we'll come up with something. So I hope you all have a great afternoon and a great weekend, and keep safe. Play by the rules, wear your mask if you should, get your vaccination. It really, really, really is important. And everybody, play nice now. Love you. See you Tuesday. Bye.